Hi guys, it's Friendly Advice. I am gonna show you how I am going to make Indian easy gravy that you can use for your paneer, for your chickpeas, for any dal or any vegetable. It's very easy to do. So I will show you. So let's get started. What I've done is I have cut all these onions and some ginger, about I would say 10 onions, one big chunk ginger, and 2 batches of garlic. So onion, ginger, and garlic. Okay, I do have a air fryer, so I usually air fry it for 20 minutes, so I have to use less oil later. So that's my first step. So guys, the next process, once my onions have become air fried, what I'm going to do is I have used my green pan where I'm going to make my gravy. So I added some oil in it, and then after the oil I'm going to add all these whole masalas. So I have some cloves, so I'll put maybe a few cloves, maybe 6, and then I'm going to add some, you know what this is, cinnamon sticks. So I'm going to put, so I'm putting these in the gravy because it's going to give a lot of flavor. It's going to give a lot of flavors, okay? And then I'm going to put some cardamom, so the big ones, the black ones. I'm going to add maybe 2 or so. And so I like keeping, these are my containers from IKEA, which are great because you can see everything and really keeps the freshness. And then I'm going to add these green cardamom as well, so the black and the green. So maybe I'll add another 4 or so, and then I'm going to close it up. So these are the spices that I will add before I add my, and one more spice, which is the bay leaf. So maybe 2 pieces of bay leaf. So I'm going to let it cook. Stir it a little bit in the oil, just like that. I'm going to stir it so the flavors go in. Again, in a green pan, always cook in medium heat. So what I've done is I have grinded half of my onions in my food processor. I don't make it totally grinded. I make it a little, you know, chunky. So as you can see, look how chunky it is. So I don't make it very puree, but I keep it a little chunky because that will give some texture to the dish. Very important. So I'm going to put all this into my pan right here. Right there. So I got my pan. So I'm going to put all this onion in there. And I am, as you can see, I'm mixing all these whole spices. I know some people might not have air fryer, but I find with air fryer my cooking time really reduces, and the amount of oil I add is literally 50% less for this gravy. So now I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to let it cook until the oil starts coming out and becomes a little more brown, okay? It won't take long at all. So that's the stuff. Then I'm going to get, while this is cooking on medium heat, because you don't want to burn it, then I'm going to get my tomatoes ready. So I'll show you that process. So my onions are ready. I can see all the water is gone. The oil has started coming out. So I am going to add my tomatoes. So the ratio that works is however many onions you take. If you took, for example, 6 onions, I would put about 4 tomatoes, okay? That's the ratio. Like not half, more than half, so 2/3 tomato. I don't want to make it very tangy, that's why. And try to get as red tomato as possible. And then you add that to your gravy to give that rich taste, okay? So I have, first thing that I did was onion, garlic, and ginger. That I did. Grind it, cooked it nicely. Then I pureed the tomatoes and I'm adding that. So I usually just mix it up, let all the water evaporate. Then I let the gravy cook. I don't add any spices because the way I do is I will keep the gravy in the fridge. If you want to freeze it, it's fine too. If you can make it into little boxes, or you can put it in an ice cube tray and have it that way. So what you do is when you're cooking anything, any Indian dish, take it out, put a little bit of oil, put the gravy in, and then add your spices according to your taste. So you can use this gravy for paneer, for chole, for rajma, for dals, for any vegetables. Very, very good, because it's an easy way for you to cook your Indian meal on the nights when you're working and it's tiring. So just because the gravy is the one that requires a lot of time. So once you have that gravy ready, the base of the curry is ready. So that's why I wanted to show you this easy gravy. You can store in your fridge or freezer. Take it out when you're ready to cook. So thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. And here's my gravy for you guys. Look, nice and red. So I'm going to cook it for another, maybe I think at least 15 minutes until the oil starts coming out. And I know that it's cooked really well, so it doesn't go off, okay? So thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. And please do share my tips and videos with your family and friends.